a cornet can,
Boop-boopy-doo.
like Betty Boop can do. A saxophone can go, but a saxophone can,
Boop-boopy-doo.
like Betty Boop can do. This little miss would never miss a chance for vocal tuning, and anytime and anywhere you can hear this lady crooning. An auto horn can go, but an auto horn can,
Boop-boopy-doo.
like Betty Boop can do. Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wink. Ain't she cute?
Boop-boopy-doo.
Sweet Betty.
Betty Boop! Send her in! Hi. Lights out. Howdy, ho! Walk this way.
Okay.
Be seated.
Thank you.
Hocus pocus, ibbity bibbity, sibbity sam. Concentrate. I will now bear the naked truth of your baby days. I now see you on a steamer bound for a foreign land.
Is there anyone here?
No!
Oh. Excuse me. All by myself in the morning. All by myself in the night. I am alone, not a single soul is near. So unhappy. Dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. All by myself.
Uncle.
But a hot cornet can't, like Betty.
And the one fish, two fish. And the one fish, two fish. I sound really echoing. Fish, two fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. Fish, two fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. Fish, fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. Fish, fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. Fish, fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. Fish, fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. Fish, fish. And I think I'm doubling up. Really echoing. All right, let me bring up YouTube. All right, let me bring. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. Oh, you know, I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. I want to turn my mic. I've got a monitor on. That's what it is. Hold on a second. All right, let's see if this is any better. All right, let's see if this is any better. Oh, that is much better. And the echo's not so bad. Let's see if this is any better. Oh, that is much better. And the echo's not so bad. Let's see if this is any better. Oh, that is much better. And the echo's not so bad. Let's see if this is any better. Oh, that is much better. And the echo's not so bad. Okay, so I got the new mic. Seems to be doing okay. I got the new mic. Seems to be doing okay. Let's the new mic. Seems to be doing okay. Let's mute Twitch. Charles, thank you for that resub. 40 months, dude. That is awesome. And there was much rejoicing. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you managed to get a chance to rest at some point. All right, I'm going to just check the YouTube sound, and then we're going to work on the go-go outfit. And then I have another outfit, which I've already forgotten what I named it. And then there's the server outfit. I actually want to get to that. So there's an in-between outfit. It's going to be between Go-Go Dancer and the server outfit. It's just a little teddy thing. I want to just kind of remind myself where I am with that. Do a little bit of work on that. And then we can work on maybe setting up the textures for the server outfit. I still need to do... I think I set up socks. I need to do shoes for that. And maybe a few other things. I'm debating whether or not to include a menu server notepad and a pen. We might do that. So anyhow, I am monitoring YouTube. Let's go take a look over there. Let's go to my channel. Let's come over here. Let's click on that. Let's come over here. Click on that. Let's come over here. Let's click on that. Actually, that sounds really good. I like that sound. It's so much better than what I was getting last few streams. Click on that. All right, actually, that sounds really... All right, we'll turn that off. We're good to go. Let's make stuff in Daz. Let's go take a look at where I am with the go-go outfit. It might be
I think I'm going to check some morphs, and we might render out some, and we might set up some material files. I will do that till maybe a little past 2. We'll see how that goes. Yo, Acellus, how are you doing today? And my brain stopped. It will be back. Nope, not yet. It's back. All right, we're doing Daz Studio. That's right. Thank you for that shout out there. Yo, Lund, how are you today? We're going to work on the go-go outfit for a little bit. Then I have another outfit that I've kind of put aside for a few weeks. I want to take a look and see where I was with that. And then we have that server outfit we started earlier in the week. The totally not a Hooters waitress outfit. Hey, Quasi, how are you doing? Content library. There we go. Doing good. Much better with the...
Hey, bud. Let's party.
Yeah, we're supposed to get close to 90, but the humidity hasn't been too bad. Yesterday felt really nice. Although when I was outside hanging up clothesline, activity got me a little warm. So we're gonna go check out the go-go outfit. I think the belts. I need to set up the belt for textures. I'm gonna check morphs. I think we got to take a look at the G9 version. Oh yeah, and I have to set up the cage for texturing as well. So first things first, let's see where we are with the dress. I think I'm going to do the materials for the dress first. Actually, we're going to check the morphs for the dress. I think I'm good. I really need a better way of keeping track of where I am. Yeah, and everybody check out Quasi, cranking out awesome animated content real regularly, a few times a week. And you see there's a Twitch link for Quasi. Give that a follow. Quasi's been streaming on Twitch. So if you get a chance to check that out. I haven't regretted going to 4.24. I will say that. I'm not sure what the advantages is anymore, but I do know it didn't make me cry when I upgraded. So there's nothing quite like upgrading and then having a good cry afterwards. But I'm, on the other hand, I'm not sure what the advantage is to upgrading. I kind of do it because I have to sort of make sure I'm kind of using the most recent, the most commonly used version for content creation. But if that weren't the case, I don't know if I would be upgrading as often or not. Is that one right? I think this is good. I think my morphs are more or less in place. Let me put the boots on. And I'm going to switch over to the headlamp lighting because it's just a little easier. You never minded upgrading. You have 4 other versions. There is that. All right, let's come over here. We're just going to dial these in and see how they're looking. I'm going to go. So this is my custom G8 that I have a whole bunch of stuff marked as favorites. So these are the morphs that I support. So I'm just kind of going to dial these in and make sure. I think, the fact that the cleavage looks good kind of makes me think I've already got these down. Oops, you know what? I'm going to switch over to the perspective camera. I find the perspective camera handy because you can't undo it, which is kind of nice. So if I do something like dial that and hit undo, if I move the camera doesn't get in the way of undos. With the perspective camera. With other cameras, they will undo. That looks a little weird. I might clean that one up. You know what? They do need some cleanup. So we're going to run through and clean up these morphs. That's going to be, we'll do that. This will take maybe, hopefully, no more than 10 minutes, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to run over here to this morph folder here, up here, and I have a copy. And basically, I just want the names of my morphs. So I think the first one that was looking a little janky was breast gone, so we're going to copy that. And then we'll make sure that I've got the dress selected, and then Genesis 8 selected, and then we're going to activate Go Z. Oops, I'm going to have to hit that. That's right. Quit holding your... Okay, ZBrush is launching. If this wasn't so easily integrated into Daz Studio, I probably wouldn't use ZBrush anymore. But the fact that I can just click on a button and more or less start cleaning up my morphs with ZBrush is really convenient. Really, which one do I have here? I don't have anything dialed in. Doy. let's dial that breast gun in again. Then we'll hit the Go Z again. There we go. That is just weird looking, isn't it? Let's tweak the dials. Set the smoothing to that. Let's make this size a little bit smaller. And then I'm just going to kind of just, you know, I'm going to make my size a little bit larger. I'm going to push you in a little bit. And then maybe just smooth that out. Probably live with it like that. Maybe a little bit larger. Hold the Alt. Push it back in just a bit. Oops. And then we'll just smooth. Probably going to be good enough for the breast gone morph. Hit the old Go Z. Put that morph name right there. Overwrite the existing and accept. And there we go. Let me reposition ZBrush so I can see chat at the same time. In the off chance somebody actually says something. Is good. All right, put that off to the side. That looked good. Now I can control Z. Breast heavy. I'm getting a little bit of pokey through in there, so we'll go clean that up. So we're just going to pull that out a little bit, and you know what? I'm going to make this brush smaller again and just smooth out that hard crease right there. And we'll kind of do the same thing. Pull that out and smooth that crease. Should be good enough. I got a little bit of a, we'll smooth that as well right through there. Should be good. My brush is a little small. Go back over here. We're going to come over right there where it says breast heavy. Control C. Oh. Copy that. ZBrush is in the way again. I think that's good. All right, hit the Go Z. Paste in our morph name right there. Overwrite and accept. Looking good. Implant left looks fine. Implant right, I think looked good. Breast control breast implants is looking hunky-dory. Natural left is fine. Natural right looking okay. Do the control. All right, we're going to touch that up just a little bit. So we're going to pop over here, grab our name, control breast natural right there. Copy that. Hit this button, go to ZBrush. And you know what? I'm just going to smooth that out a little. Do there. Just pull that out just a hair. Should be good. Control V. Accept. All right. We're on to brush shape 1. So that poked through. So I'm probably going to end up having to do all these brush shapes. So a little bit of smoothing. And a little bit of pulling that out. Should be good there. A little bit of smoothing over on the other side. You know what? I probably should turn the mirroring on. That might speed things up just a hair. Oh. All right. Once we got that done, resave. Looking good. All right, that one's doing a little bit of funky stuff. All right, a little bit of smoothing. I said I was going to mirror this. All right, let's try the mirroring on this one. Might speed things up just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Make sure I didn't break anything over there. Looking good. It's up to that. We like that. All right. So the Genesis 8 has got the 8 breast shapes. Technically the ones that say breast shape. Not actually, it's got more shapes than that, of course. But all right. Smoothing. And then pull that out a little bit. Should be fine. Go Z that. Control V should be 3. Overwrite and accept. All right, 4. Just a pinch. Just a pinch. A little bit of smoothing. A little bit of pulling out. Looks fine. Overwrite. I wish I could set it up so that it automatically would check that stuff. All right, shape 5. Moving along. All right, a little bit of smoothing in here. Then we just pull you back out, and then we check the other side. The other side just seems to be a little bit worse than one side. And I'm just going to smooth that middle because it's got a little bit of a weird shape to it. Looking good. On to 6. All right, did the other side look good? Looks fine. There's where the mirror is coming in. Where am I? I'm on 6. We're moving on to 7. Okay, did I mess that up? I did not. We're good to go. All right, morph name. Brush shape 7. Accept. Look good. All right, we are on 8. Oh, so close. All right, so doing some smoothing. And I'm just going to pull that out ever so slightly. We'll go take a look at the other side. Looks good. All right, breast size. That just needs a touch. So we'll just do some smoothing. And we'll just pull that out just a little. And that side looks like it got good. So we'll do this. Paste that name there. Overwrite and accept. Looks good. All right, breast small. You know, that's probably fine the way it is. All right, we're moving on to the bodies. We're done with the chest more. So I'm going to go ahead and save those out just to make sure nothing really bad happens. So I'm just going to select just the go-go dress itself. And we're just going to save these as files, save as, modifier assets. This is for the, why do you say product? I'm going to have to clean this up in the future. In the meantime, we're just going to do this. I'm just going to save everything. All of this stuff's I'm going to have to clean this up. But for the time being, we're going to just get those saved before we lose them. All right, now I got that and this, and we go back to our favorites, and we're going to check the body size. That looked like it was okay. I'm going to check body tone. You don't even see anything move there. Bodybuilder details is fine. Bodybuilder size looks fine. And then the bodybuilder control is good. I'm going to roll to the back, and we're just going to redo these just to see what's going on in the back. Is good. Fine. I probably need to add a morph to the belt for that. So bodybuilder details is good. Bodybuilder size looking fine. And the bodybuilder, yeah, that's all looking good. All right, let's move on. Let's do the next four. So emaciated. I'm seeing a little bit of poking through on emaciated, so we're going to fix that one. Fitness details, I don't see anything. And fitness size is looking good. And we're going to roll. And then the fitness control looks good. We'll just check the front. So I know I'm already updating emaciated, so we're just going to check the fitness detail, fitness size, and fitness. So those are good. So we're going to dial in emaciated. I had a little bit of poke through over here on the sides. So we're going to fix that up. Oops. So we're going to come over here, and I'm just going to copy that right there. FBM emaciated. You think I would be able to remember that, right? No, I can't spell. That's the big thing. I would probably misspell emaciated. There we go. See, I saw just a little bit over there. Just going to fix that. You know what? Can I think I'm going to smooth out the ribs just a little bit. Let's take a look down here and just make sure. Yeah, because when it gets emaciated, I got this weird bump in here. So, you know what? I think maybe you're just going to push that back in a little bit. Smooth it out some. And then I'm just going to pull that back out. Probably good. Go Z that. Control V. Overwrite and accept. Looks fine. All right, undo. All right, here comes the heavy. I had a little bit there in the breast, so I know I'm not going to even bother checking the rear on this. So we'll just activate the Go Z with that. Accept. I'm going to make my brush a little smaller. Smooth this out a little bit right here. Just pull that out a little. And you're looking good over there. And we'll just check around through here just to make sure How do the shoulders look? You know what? I think that's going to be fine. I got a little bit of a weird over here, don't I? You know what? I'm just going to smooth that out. I don't know why that looked like that. All right, let's go get that. Morph name. Activate the Go Z. Put the morph name there and overwrite and accept. Looking good. All right, there's the pear figure. That looked fine. Thin is looking okay. I want to check the back too. Voluptuous. We're going to need to do a little work on the voluptuous. Okay, so the pear looks fine in the back. And I think the thin looks fine in the back. So we'll dial in voluptuous. Actually, that looks fine in the back. So the only thing I really need to look at is maybe the breasts on that one. Yo, Art, how are you doing today? Are we good? I think I've got it. I occasionally see spots, but then I realize it's just... Then I just realize it's dirt on my monitor. Oh, yeah. All right. Do that. Activate this. Accept. Did that not work? Let's try that again. Oh no, I broke my morph. Yeah, I overwrote the heavy one by accident. Damn it. Can I fix that? I may have to reload something in here. Control C. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're not going to save the heavy. We're going to reload it and then redo it. I think that's what I need to do. Control C. Control V. Override existing. And accept that. There we go. Okay, so that is all but one morph because I accidentally broke the heavy morph. Because now the heavy morph looks... Yeah, because I accidentally used the voluptuous morph and typed it and said it was heavy. Dope. So let's select you. Let's do this. Let's save you. But we're not going to save the heavy morph right there. And then I'm going to accept that and write all of that out. And then I'm going to shut Daz down and reload everything. And then we're going to redo the heavy morph. That's just the safe way to make sure everything's clean. Okay. Can we load Daz now? The CMS is still probably shutting down. Let's try launching again, see if we've given it enough time. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Yes, you shouldn't have. Then again, I may still have the audio channel for the camera mic on. Are we good? Oh no, I accidentally saved the figure in here. Dang it. You're not supposed to be saved. Let's see if this is broken or not. Let's reload. Boink. Actually, I should have saved while I had that deleted. Hold on. I inadvertently saved my startup with that figure in here. I'm going to do that. We're going to hit save. Now I'm going to Control Z and bring you back. We should be good to go now. All right, let's get that dress dropped in here. just for reference purposes, we'll put the belt on. Switch over to the headlamp because it's easier to see what I'm working with. And let's go check. Let's select you and you. And we'll go over here to favorites. And we're going to dial in the heavy morph. Yay, I didn't save over it. Or, yeah, I've got a good version of it to fix. All right. So now we'll relaunch ZBrush and we'll redo the heavy morph and resave that out. So while that's loading, I want to make sure that I have this name copied. All right, hello ZBrush. Let's get you in here. Go into edit mode, frame that up, zoom in, set my intensities, lower those down to what I'm used to working with. Make my brush a little bit smaller. So we're going to fix that. And actually let me activate mirroring. Just going to fix that. And I thought I had a little bit of a poke through in here somewhere. Just in case. I'll smooth that out just a little bit under the breast. And then I've got a little bit there, so clear that up. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, let's put ZBrush back to where I had it, where I could still see chat, and you can see all of ZBrush. Is good. All right, let's activate the Go Z. This time we're going to make sure that that's the heavy, overwrite, accept, should be good. All right, I'm going to save that out. I've got some funky stuff going on with this dress, so let's save the modified asset. That tells me I've got it saved in the wrong spot somewhere, so I'm going to try to fix that. Okay, now let's clean up this name here. Okay, and then I'm going to reorganize. So all of this stuff should be somewhere else. Okay, let me reset that. Come back over to the dress. We're going to go into edit mode. And I'm going to set, those are chest morphs, so let's put those, we're going to set the property group for those. That's going to be inside actor and chest and real world, and we'll accept that. And then these are all real world body morphs, so we'll move those. Property group, actor, full body, real world, accept that. So they all should be, now if we come over here, they should all be down in here somewhere. Excellent. So I'm going to, yeah, that morph's fine for right now. I'm going to change the colors on all of these. We're going to rename all of these ones here because they still have the garbage name left over. So I like to go with the green and the black for adjustment morphs. So we're going to set presentation on those. And we're going to make that color green, make that color black, and say accept that. Okay, right now my limits aren't on. So we're going to set limits on all of this. So in edit mode, we can select all of these at the same time and right click and limits, enable limits. Should be good. Next thing is these have got bad names, so we're going to take some time to clean those up. They have that body underscore BS underscore left over from when we converted this from the Genesis 9 version. So we're just going to pop in here and clean all of that up. So instead of body underscore BS underscore loosen buttocks, we're going to just make it loosen buttocks. Cleaning up the morph names. Since I'm in edit mode, I have to actually click on things twice. I'm going to get out of edit mode while I'm doing this. It'll save me a click on each one. So, there we go. You kind of have to click on things twice when you're in edit mode. It's handy when I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things at once. When I'm just doing this, that extra click just gets annoying. Once I get this done, I'm going to save these morphs. Then I'm going to resave the dress. Then I'll probably resave the morphs just to be safe. Then I'm going to probably redo the save for the outfit. Okay, should be good. We don't have special morphs in this yet. We will get to that eventually, but probably not today. So let's resave those. Should be fine. Okay, I'm going to save the dress now as a figure prop asset. And I don't have no idea why you're looking at that folder there. Okay, you are over here. Genesis 8 female clothing. Me. Go to go dress. Go dress G8F female to. You know what? I think I can safely overwrite this one now. You are go dancer. You're going to be female. You are a dress. I think the rest of this is good. Let's just double check where we are with this. I'm going to hide you. Select you. Come over here. And reload the dress. Hello. How are you doing, Loki? You actually know? I know. How amazing is that? It's the middle of the summer. You don't have kids going to school regularly to help you keep track of the days of the week. And you were able to remember it was Saturday. All right, are you good? We're going to just check my morphs and see if this turned out all right. Last one we did was the heavy morph. Looks fine. We were doing a bunch of breast morphs. That's looking good. You know what? I think I'm good with this. Is this stuff in the dress organized properly in the way we just set it up? It looks like it. That is limited. Okay, so I think I'm good there. So I'm going to load the boots in and we're going to resave the outfit. There's the boots. And then I'm going to select you. So I'm going to get rid of that one right there because I think I don't need it anymore. I'm just going to double check something with this. If I do modified asset, there we go. I got my base back. Yay. Should be fine. I'm going to cancel that. So select that. Come over here. Save it all as a wearable preset. I'm going to overwrite this one to go outfit. Save that. It exists. Would you like to replace it? Hell yeah. Looks good. Dress, boots, belt. We're going to save the foot pose. So we're going to include the pose settings. I'm going to click that off. Let's see if we can check only all modifieds. Let's see what we get with that. Hopefully it's just the feet. I think that's good enough. Yep. Save that. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup of my data folder because I have extra garbage in there now. So I'm happy with the state of where we are with this. The belt needs a lot of more work. I'm not going to get to that today. I'm checking my data folder. That's right. Let's go check that out. Let's go to the projects. Go to the 60s, the outfit. We're running over into data. And this I can probably get rid of because that probably has a janky dress in there I don't need anymore because we resaved that proper like. But just to be safe, I'm going to just drag that and dump it over into the whip folder. And then we're just going to look in here. See, I probably don't need that one either. So you know what? Because I'm paranoid, that goes over into the whip folder. So what do we got? We got the belt G9, the belt G8, the belt G9, the boots G8, the boots G9. I got a go-go cage. I got a dress G8, a dress G9. I got a light, and I got a zipper pull. I think that's going to be good. Let's take a look at in here. Okay, so I've got 2 of these. I probably don't need this one. Although it might complain when I open it up, so I think we can fix that though. So we're going to take that, because that should be, we'll just hide that over in the whip folder too. And I'm going to just remove all of this. I'm going to reset you. I don't really need this dress anymore. So I'm going to cut that and move it. I hope I don't need that, but that's why I'm cutting and moving. We're just going to stick you in here. And then let's go take a look. All right. Okay, so that's kind of what I was expecting it to do, but I think we can fix that if I resave this. If I do this. And then if I resave this as a figure prop asset, just to be on the safe side. Actually, what I probably need to do is delete all the Morse out of the directory. It's probably still going to give me the error, I think. But here, let's find out. Let's just double check. Because what I have is one of the old Morse files is probably looking for the old address. Although it's loading into this one. So we'll do this again. Yep, it did. All right, so what we're going to do is pop over into here. So when I'm saving these morphs, you know what? That thing shouldn't say product. I'm just going to kill you. Hey, thank you for that resub at 19 months, dude. I appreciate that, man. there's the good old dyslexic heart for the 3D Loki. All right, I'm going to delete all of these, and then we're going to resave them. And then when we do that, actually some of this stuff I'm going to have to get rid of because it's left over from Genesis 9. Anyhow, select you. Save the base. Click on that. Hit the accept. We're going to come back over here. So we rewrote all of these, and hopefully they all point to the proper address this time. We're just going to take a quick look through here and make sure we don't have any. I saw some extra morphs. No, they're gone now. Okay, so I think we're good. If you missed it, you will not be here tonight. Oldest is in from ND for her yearly trip back home. Oh, okay, nice. Well, you will be missed, but I get it. North Dakota. That's what I kind of thought you meant. I didn't think you meant North Delaware. Although it could have been North Dallas. Or not Dubuque. Yeah. That was the third choice. I think this should be good. So when you delete that, select this, load that in. No error messages. Yay. We're going to select both of these, come over here, go to favorites, and we're just going to double check that my morphs are still looking A-OK. So my heavy morph was looking still good. Yay. We'll just check one of the random breast morphs. That's looking like I had cleaned it up. Yeah, they took a 3-day tea tour to Minnesota for Mall of America's Museum and a few other stops. Okay. All right, I think I'm good with this. We'll just double check our adjustment morphs, make sure they're still looking good. Oh, you know what? I'm going to move this. I'm going to rename this group here. So we're just going to take all of these through here. Actually, I got to do this in edit mode, don't I? So I'm going to come all the way through here. And we're going to set that property group. I'm going to take the S off of it. What did I hear a noise? Zaristana! Ready with 10 viewers. Thank you for that. There's our good friend Zaristana. An awesome crafter. Cross-stitching. Cross-stitching all the time. And she has a store if you need cross-stitching supplies and things. How was your stream? Stitch and Chance. What am I doing? I'm saving that. I'm doing weird technical stuff with 3D things. So, nothing really exciting at the moment. I'm working on a go-go outfit. So that's the dress. We have boots and we have a belt to go with it. I'll bring those in just a second here. Before I lose my train of thought, though, I want to get rid of that S right there. Accept that. I think we're good. Stream was good. Thanks. Working on your fancy Saturday project. Ooh. Freaky fancy. Ooh, fancy stitches. That's right. We got the boots. You gotta have the boots. The boots is the main part of the outfit, right? And then I got a belt that goes with it. So that's what we're working on today. I got my go-go. I actually have a little go-go cage that goes with too. So we have a little cage you can do your go-go dancing in. So that's the project for today. I'm working on some of the more technical stuff for this. I don't know if that's an entirely accurate cage, but I thought it looked cool. This probably looks nicer than the actual cages that they used for go-go dancing back in the 60s. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't actually need the cage. I think I got to resave this because we just made some changes to it. So we're going to do that. So that saves all of that. Reminds me more of a dunking tank. I guess kind of. I can see that, except there's not a... Maybe someday I'll make a dunking tank. But today's not that day. I think I'm in good shape here. I'm going to resave this outfit before I... Lund just watched one of Edson Powers' movies for an example of a cage. It's too late. I already made up my own cage. Groovy, baby. Do I have the Genesis 8 selected? I do. File. Save as a wearable preset. I'm going to overwrite that. I'm going to say yes. All right, I'm saving the dress, the boots, and the belt. We're also going to save the foot pose. And that should be good. So I'm going to take a look at the Genesis 9 version of this now. Oops, the belt stayed behind. Dang it. I'll have to tweak some stuff later. Anyhow, so Genesis 9, it's like Genesis 8, except one generation higher. Control S, all things. I don't want to be Control S because this is my main file. I am saving stuff out though as we go. So I guess in a way, but it's not a Control S save. A giant PETA. PETAs. Sorry to rate her. No, I get it. Hey, enjoy your boy's birthday dinner. I hope you have a good rest of the day. And thank you again for that rate. I really appreciate it. It is always a pleasure to see you. I don't know. A separate dinner. I have not. I never can. Some people call it different things different. Some days maybe it is dinner at 2 o'clock. My brain stopped. There we go. Let's see. Where am I with this one? So I'm going to, let's put the, do I have a belt in here? I do have a belt in here. He's turning 51 and wanted ice cream. Dang. Well, if he wants ice cream. Who's to argue? After a certain age, when you want ice cream, you can have ice cream. Unless your doctor's yelling at you, in which case you still could probably have ice cream. All right, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Select dress, select that. We're going to come over to here, click on this. I'm going to dial in the female shape because this is based for the female. Should be good. And then I'm going to check and see if I did the morphs on this. So we're going to run up here and I'm going to turn off the edit mode because I don't need that extra click it makes me do on everything. That could probably be a little smoother, I'm thinking. I'm going to just come over here and yeah, all right. Let's bring up my list of morphs. Nope, that's the wrong one. There it is, but this is Genesis 8. We're going to go over to Genesis 9. We're going to start with the breast morphs, and then cleavage could use a little bit of smoothing, so I'm going to copy that. We're going to activate ZBrush and see where we are with this. I think that's, you know what, that wasn't too bad actually. I'm just going to smooth that out just a pinch. That's probably going to be good enough. Activate the Go Z, paste in the morph name, overwrite and accept, and it was so subtle you didn't even see it. Oops, I broke it. Dang it. I'm going to reload the dress because I broke the morph. I accidentally didn't have it dialed in when I updated it. So let's see if we can, let's try this again. Select the dress, select that, come over here, dial up the cleavage. Oh, we're good now. Okay. Activate the ZBrush. There's that weird bump I was thinking of. I'm just going to smooth that out. I'm going to turn mirroring on. I'm going to smooth that out just a little bit. Uh-oh, my figure's missing. I have to reload everything now because I broke the ZBrush. You know what? We're just going to shut everything down and reload it so I can use the Go Z properly. ZBrush gets kind of confused with the Go Z. So sometimes I just have to kind of do a complete restart with everything to get it to work right. Are you loading my Daz? No, you're lying to me. You're being busy as a tease. All right, load in. Let's try that again. I was clicking too fast. All right, put the dress on. Let's add the belt. Let's come over here. I'm going to select the dress, then I'm going to select this. Come over here to favorites, and we're going to dial in the female shape, because that's what I want to work against. And then we're just going to come up here, dial in the cleavage. I still should have that name on the clipboard, so we'll just relaunch. ZBrush again. Then when I'm done doing the Morse on this, I think I'm going to take a look at another outfit. I might swing back and start working on the materials on this. We'll see. And then I got the Totally Not a Hooters Waitress outfit. Looks good. Make my brush a little bit smaller. Activate mirroring. Smooth that a little bit. Pull that out a little. Smooth through here. Just a bit. Should be fine. Okay, go Z that. And then that should say cleavage and overwrite and accept, and we should be good. Okay, and then diameter. I'm seeing a little bit of pokey through on that, so we'll fix that up. Pop over here, copy that. Go to ZBrush. I'm going to smooth that out a little, and then just pull that out just a skosh. Let's do that. Hit the Go Z. Control V on that. Override existing, accept. You know what? I should probably just check and see how the female shape is looking when we just run that over into ZBrush. That could just probably use a little smooth right there. And a little bit of smooth through there. All right, I think, so I'm going to update that female shape. So I got to come over here and grab that name, which is right there. Base feminine underscore body underscore BS underscore body. Why twice? I don't know. It makes sense with whatever the filing convention is the people at Daz decided to use, I suppose. Okay, so that subtly changed that. So subtle we didn't even notice it. I hope you didn't hear that. I got the new mic. I'm still hoping that it works right. Because the sound on the old mic was breaking up really bad. You know what? That looked fine. That needs a little bit of cleanup. That was breast fullness lower. Breast fullness lower right there. Off into our ZBrush. Fix that. I'm going to just smooth that a little and then pull that out just a hair. Just take a spin around and make sure that looks fine. Activate the Go Z. I gotta reposition ZBrush so I can still see chat. I can't see chat anymore. That looked good. Let's come over here and where's my, there we go. Nope, there we are. Grab that corner down there. Should be good. We'll put you over there. All right, breast fullness lower is done. Breast fullness upper. Looks good. Breast gone. I think that looks okay. I'm going to switch over to the headlamp again because it just gives me better shading for this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Breast's heavy. All right, we've got to clean that one up a little bit. All right, I think I'm good on that. Up a little bit over here still. I think that's fine. So ideally this should have breast heavy in the name somewhere. Okay, breast large. That needs a bit of work. So I'm going to smooth this out, and then we're going to pull it all out a little bit, like so, and ever so subtly. Then check the other side. I think I'm good on that. Go Z, Control B, and overwrite and accept. Looking good. All right, breast large, high. Needs a little bit of work. How come you're full screen again? What the hell? I dragged you over into position on purpose. That wasn't just an exercise for the fun of it. Probably fine. Breast large high. Is that what I've got here? Yes. Okay. Breast natural. Dang, these are a lot of cleanup today. I'm totally in the wrong thing again. Breasts. Nope. I just closed you. I didn't want you again. Where did it go? I think I accidentally closed my Explorer window that I was using. What are we? We're on natural, right? All right, should be good. Okay, perk sides. Looks fine. Shape 1 needs work. So what I do is I try to smooth out this crease underneath first, and then we just kind of pull it back out. Need a little bit of touch up right there. That's looking fine. Okay, this should be shape 1, right? There we go. Shape 2 needs a little bit of loving. smooth the crease under there, and then just pull this back out a little. So I think we're good there. Okay, shape 3. Once again, smooth the crease, then pull everything out just a little. Double check over here to make sure. Am I looking okay in the back? It looks okay in the back. Same thing. Back looks fine. All right. Smooth. Pull out. And double check. All right. Is good. Shape 5. I'm seeing a little bit of pokey through happening there. All right. Is good. Shape 6. Oh, you didn't zero out. I think I saw a little bit of... I think 6 needs a little bit of love. So, smooth that. Probably good. Okay, side depth. I think that was fine. Small. I think I want to smooth that just a little bit. I didn't see anything poke through, but the shape just looks a little weird. Mostly it's just going to be trying to smooth that out a little bit. And I'm just going to slightly pull that back out. Should be good. Oh, it's a little better. Well, I got some weirdness going on in here, don't I? Dang it. Let's just double check breast small. See, breast small got screwed up. Dangity dang it. Because I had other things dialed in while I was fixing that. Right. Should be fine. I'm going to double check. 6 looks okay. I think 5 is probably okay. Side depth was fine. All right, moving along. All right, we're on these peck morphs. That looks good. That's probably all right. I can live with that. Is okay. I'm going to touch up that sag a little bit. These are actually more or less male morphs, but I go ahead and make sure they look okay on the female anyhow. So that was pectorials, sag. So smooth you out and just pull you out a little bit. Should be fine. Okay, pectoral size is okay. Undercurve and width. All right, we've got all the chest morphs done on the dress, so let's save that stuff out. It's kind of like the halfway. It's like halftime. And accept that. It does its thing. Alrighty, let's make sure that's checked on again. All right, we're moving on to the body shapes now. So we're over here. Body emaciated, looked fine. Fitness details is okay. Fitness mass is okay. That fitness, I got a little bit of poke in the chest on the fitness there. You're still here, just getting pro to run set up. That's a good plan. All right, I'm going to double check back here. Emaciated. Fitness detail. Fitness mass. I do know I got to tweak that just a hair. So, body fitness, that's a control. Yeah, somewhere in here, we are looking for, down here, it's the controls. Body control, body fitness, that's what we're looking for right there. This actually drives the two other fitness morphs, but sometimes when they get combined, they don't quite work. So we can tweak this one. I saw a little bit of poke through on the chest. Why am I not seeing nothing now? I think that's going to be fine. I'm just going to double check. Where's my body fitness? My body fitness isn't turned on. I'm going to cancel that. We're going to dial body fitness in. There's that little bit of poke through I was seeing. Right there. Ever so slightly. That was almost a disaster. Accidentally overriding a morph that you not actually have dialed in. All right, body heavy. Needs a little bit of work in the chest. Oops. All right, so I'm going to smooth you out just a little bit, then we'll just pull you back. And we'll just check and make sure. See, we got a little bit right there. Taking a look at the hem. I think we're fine. So put that body heavy there. Overwrite, accept. Scroll down, undo, body width. I think that was fine. All right, let's check the muscular ones from the back. Details, mass, and the control. I'm seeing a little bit on the legs there. Details, mass. Okay, I'm getting a little bit on the chest from the mass, so let's do that one first. Body muscular mass. Copy that. Come over here, accept that. And it mostly looks good, except just right in here. Tweak that just a hair. Alrighty. And then muscular. I'm going to go pop over into here, and we're looking for that muscular control right there. And I think that's mostly good, except we need to just touch it up right there on the thighs. Oh, and I got a little bit of there in the back. Rest of that's looking fine. Okay, body older. No, I think that's okay. Yep, body thin. Body tone. I'm pretty sure that was all right. Okay, mass. I think that's fine. Okay, there's the pear figure. I'm getting a little bit of pokey through there on the chest. So we are looking for that one right there. It says pear. Just a little bit right there. Should be good, but we'll just take a quick look just to make sure I didn't miss something. I think that's good. Okay, voluptuous. Yep, little on the chest. Smooth, and we'll just kind of bring you back. And we'll just double check the back real quick. I think we're good. Okay, we got two more. We have Portly. I think Portly looked fine, and we also have the stocky. And we need a little bit of work on the stocky. I'm just going to check the back with Portly. Looks good. All right, last one. We're going to clean up that stocky morph just a inch. That right there. Copy that. Hit that. Go to there. Spin around to the front. And it's just smooth. And then I'm just going to pull that out a little bit. Should be good. Yep, looks good to me. Override existing and accept. And I think we should be fine. So let's save the morphs in the dress. Okay, so we're going to go in the data folder and clean this up. This has got some extra morphs in there that we don't need. So over here, we are looking at the Go-Go Dress G9. I'm going to dial down through here. So those are all the morphs that we just saved. And some that I don't really need because they'll just auto-fit in later. So like these character morphs. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. These are the body and the chest morphs. So they're all good. These are corrective body shapes. I don't need to keep those. Those will automatically auto-generate. I haven't made any changes to those. So we can just lose those. These are character morphs I don't need because these are just auto-generated anyhow. These we don't need. So we'll just lose all of those. Looks good. All right, let me delete this. Let's reload the dress and see where we are. We'll clean up our organization in the parameter dial in a second here. So boom, should be good. Select the dress. Come over here, take a look at what we got. I think we're good. All right, let's color and clean up the names of these things here. Let's activate the edit mode. I'm just going to grab all of this. We'll set the limits. Enable limits. There we go. I'm going to color all of these green and black. So we're going to set the presentation on those. green, and black. And okay, looking good. I have everything. You know what? I'm going to move you to the category that says adjustment. So we're going to set the property group on those. Oh, that one, you know what? I'm going to just all right. Now we're going to take a look at that. And I'm going to get out of edit mode because I'm just going to rename these. This one I've got in the wrong category, but we're about to fix that. So that's just going to be adjustment. Oops. I forgot to rename it. So we'll make that name a little readable, a little more readable. Get rid of the garbage. Then we'll just do the same thing with all of these. Isn't this fun? I wish it would automatically name these a little bit better, but adding these adjustment words is kind of nice. If only it had just kept better names in here. I don't even know if that would be possible. Where am I? I'm right there. Almost there. 2 more to go. Then we can just save this out. Then I'm going to take a look at that outfit. It's named what I named with something in French that I can't remember what it is. It's supposed to mean rogue in French. It looked cool. Not that I can actually pronounce it. Not that I can actually remember the name of it. So maybe that was not the wisest choice. Anyhow, let's do you base. Click on that and accept, and we should be good there. And then I think I can, let's put the boots on and let's save this as the outfit. And do you have the zips on? You do have the pulls. Okay, excellent. So we're going to save you as a wearable preset. I'm going to override. Oh, I forgot to load the belt in, didn't I? No, I got the belt. I haven't saved an outfit yet. That's what's confusing me. So I'm going to do exclamation point outfit. Daz says I can't put an exclamation point at the front, but I can put an exclamation point right there. So I'm good. Let's do that. I don't want to save the Genesis eyes. Let's go to pose. And check only modifieds. Let's see what we got in here. I think we're good. Yeah, that should just have the feet poses. Okay, this might take a minute. All right, I think we're good. All right, moving along. So I made a little bit more progress on this thing. Actually, let me save the belt out so we can set that up for texturing. Do that. I don't know if I'm going to actually get to that today. I'm going to try to texture. I want to check one outfit, and then we're going to try to set up textures for the server outfit we started. belt has been selected. I'm going to just double check and make sure my surfaces look okay on that. Nope, I got to clean that up. I have not cleaned up this one yet. So we got to clean this up. Dangy. Dang. All right, let's go to tool settings. We are in the geometry editor. I'm going to select U. And I'm going to expand that. What's the expand again? Geometry selection. Grow selection is Control plus. Okay. So Control plus, like that. And then I should just be able to assign to that. There we go. So subtract that, add that, Control plus. So the back of these aren't assigned yet, so I'm getting these assigned. Assign that. So deselect, select, expand, and assign. And that one there. So deselect, select, expand, and assign. Deselect, select, expand, assign. These numbers are all the same, so that means I'm doing this right. Okay, and then I have an additional seventh flower in here, which isn't. So I'm going to hide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then these ones should be 7. Let me just make sure I don't have anything selected. Should be good. I'm going to click on you and you, and then there's one other. And I should be able to just, should be good. Now we're going to assign that, create a surface group from the selection. You are flower underscore 07 and accept that. And that came out to the same as the others, so that tells me I'm probably good. Okay, I'm going to give each of these different colors, then we're going to export it out. So where is, do I have a shader in here? I do. GG for GoGo, excellent. So let's just quickly pop and assign, and assign, and assign. Okay, I'm just going to double check the parameters in there. At some point I will clean these up, but not today. We're just making sure that we don't have a, we're at base resolution there, so that's good. Export you. Go outfit whip, excellent. I'm going to put that into substance. This is going to be go belt. And IDs looks, nope. Let's try that again. Go. I am exporting, and I just typed goo. Go belt IDs, do that. Right surfaces and accept, and then say, do that again. This is going to be belt NM for no materials. No materials, do that. Uncheck right surfaces and accept that. All right, so that should be good for substance. I'm going to put this to the side for a second, and we're just going to set up the belt for substance. We don't need ZBrush anymore, but thank you. Put you there. All right, Adobe Substance Painter, there you are. All right, close that. File. New. Probably good. Let's select the belt, no materials. Say okay to that. There we go. Mode, bake mesh maps, bake selected. All right, I don't need an ID map for this, so I'm not going to bake that. Should be good. Let's save you, file, save as go belt. And maybe I'll just drop a generic metal on here for right now and save that out and stick it in a folder somewhere where I can find it later. Painting. Let's say gold. Gold armor. Just drop that in there. We're going to do 5-channel. Export that. Open up the output directory. You're going to be... I think this is good, but we're going to rename these. Do I even have anything in the normal map? I don't see anything in there. So I don't think I need that normal map. Do I have anything in the height map? It all looks like it's just gray, doesn't it? So you know what? We don't need the height map with that either. Let's rename these. We're going to say belt. And belt metal. Apply that. I may put a glass or a plastic material in here. Anyhow, and then we're just going to call you gold. Grab all of those, X that. I think those are good for now. I'm not going to apply those, but I am going to move that stuff into the folder over here. In here, we'll make a little belt folder here. New folder, go belt. And we'll just put those right there for now. All right, looks good. Cancel that. Minimize you. I think that's all I'm going to do with substance for today. At least for this one. So I've got this started. I can come in and set these up later. So let's hit save on that. Let's close this down. We are going to come back to substance, but we're going to do that for another outfit. Here's my plan. You are probably, this is probably good, so we're just going to delete all of this stuff off. And let's go take a look at the Coquin suit. And I'm mispronouncing that, I know, because it's French. So you are looking kind of like that. I'm going to tweak this just a little bit, I think. Am I happy with that shape? Is that what I want to go with? How's my deforcing on that looking? All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Let's simulate. See how. So what I'm thinking is I might. And have I put any morphs on you yet? Part of me is thinking that I might want to stretch this out a little bit, kind of like that into the base shape instead of that. So I might simulate it a little bit, get it stretched a little bit, and then export that out and re-import it in for the update the base geometry. And these things are all still garbage, so I haven't done a lot of work on here. Did I do anything with the Morse? I don't even think I did anything with the Morse yet, did I? Yeah, that doesn't look like it had anything done to it. Yeah, so those, we're not going to do those today. I'm just going to maybe tweak the shape a little bit and clean up the geometry names on this. So I'm going to do that for this one and the Genesis 8 version. I think I'm going to tweak my surfaces though. Actually, let's clean up these names. So we'll do that. We'll go over to the geometry editor and clean up my surface names. Get rid of this extra garbage from Marvelous Designer that's in here still. Bottom rear trim. Straps. What is the bottom rear trim? Oh, I know what the bottom rear trim is now. I think there's a little, yeah, right there. I think that's bottom rear trim right there, that little piece. Okay, we're fine. All right, that's cleaned up. I'm going to see what is my, the expansion ratio is set at 85. I think I'm going to back that off to 95 and see what that looks like when we simulate. I think I'm going to maybe make that a little bit higher for my starting shape. So I'm going to cancel that. And if we say 90 on that and resim that, I might go with that. And then we might adjust the, yeah, let's do that. All right, let's cancel that. Let's turn you off for a second. So I'm going to resave this so that we have a good save right now with these material names. Let's double check and see if we've got the smoothing modifiers and things in here. Oh, apparently I added the morphs already. So they just need the cleanups like we were doing earlier. I'll do a little bit of cleanup on this. We'll change the colors and stuff. Am I in edit mode? I'm not. Let's do that. All right, let's enable our limits. Let's change the colors, set the presentation on that. Nope. Green. Black. Okay. Is good. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and clean these names up too. Also, let's make sure. Let's set the property group on those. Nope. Let's do this in chunks. Let's set the property group on these. That is good. Okay, cancel that. UR adjustment, excellent. Since I'm here, I'm going to just clean that name up. Okay, and what are... These look like the same as these. Do I need... That seems to work fine. I'm probably going to... I do want to leave... So I have a midriff. There's a loose midriff. I'm not going to change you. I'm going to fix that. So let's do, I don't have a loosened buttocks over here. So let's fix that. UR adjustment loosened. So that is good. I'm just going to change the name of that. Loosen buttocks. Loosen collars. Let's fix that one. Oops. Loosen midriff. I have a loosened midriff. Loosen neck, loosen thighs. I don't have a loosened thighs. Do you do anything? You kind of do anything. You actually move the crotch a little bit, don't you? So let's keep that one. And this is a loosen lower waist. And that's probably the same as that. So I'm going to delete that out. Should be good. Let's save those morphs. Yay, I have a base. What's in the hidden? Well, let's fix those. So here, let's move you. So you shouldn't really be hidden. You should be over here like actor, chest, feminine. And then did I have any others, or are these all corrective body shapes? I think the rest of these are fine. Okay, now I'm going to resave. So yeah, I don't need any of those, so we're just going to save the stuff under actor for right now. All right, now I'm going to update the geometry shape on this. Actually, I'm going to save it, then we're going to update it, and then just in case I break something. So here we'll figure that. So we're going to have to find the folder for this. I think it's in lingerie. I think I'm calling you... You were like... Did I rename you Coquin? I did. Okay. Only you're not... I don't have a whip folder for you there, do I? No, wait, I'm not looking for the whip. There we go. I'm going to overwrite that. Target already exists. You want to replace it? Hell yes. That's probably looking good. Okay. Accept that. All right, now I'm going to run the sim. We're going to let it stretch out to a shape I like a little bit better than that default shape. All right, we're going to save this. Chris needs to just double check his. Okay, it looks good. So I'm going to export you. I think I'm probably in here somewhere. You know what? I'm going to stick a... I don't have a whip folder in here, and this was being called Strappy, but we're going to... Let's add a whip folder now. New folder, whip. And I'm going to call you Go Quinn Suit G9. Save that. Should be good. Okay, let's reset you back to, although I don't think I have to. And we'll just update that geometry with this new shape. And open that. And accept that. And this should be good. Oh! It didn't like that. What the hell? Let's try this again. Did you have... Oh, you were set to high. Damn it. All right, let's try this again. Run that. Impatiently wait while it does its thing. Okay, export, overwrite, say yes, accept, clear, update, vertex position with this. I think that's going to be, I think that'll work. Accept that. Okay. That did not work. Why did you not work? See, I broke it. This is the reason why we saved before doing this. Is this the mesh smoothing? Let's try it. It might be that. Hold on. Edit geometry. Remove smoothing modifier. That did not seem to make a difference. Are you in the female shape? Is that what my problem is? Yes, you are in the feminine shape. Oh, Control Shift F. There we go. Let's try this again. All right, let's see if I broke this. We may just have to relaunch Daz. Yeah, it's broken. It should be fine, but right now, Daz still thinks, even though I just reloaded it in, that its shape is what it was when we updated it, and it's not just refreshing properly. So we're just going to shut Daz down and relaunch Daz. And I probably won't relaunch right away because it's still shutting down the content management system in the background. So generally, if your Daz is taking a while to shut down, that's what it's doing. Generally. All right, let me click on the launch button again. I know, blast the Daz. Blast the Daz. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Let's get you in here. Let's try that again. All right, let's put you on. Yay. All right, let's do this. So we'll run the sim. We're going to select the outfit. We're going to turn the mesh resolution down to base. I'm going to turn the mesh smoothing off. We're going to export this. Okay, now we're just going to reset. And then let's reload in. It should work this time. Looking good. There we go. That's what I wanted it to look like. And now if I run the sim, I think that'll be fine. I'm gonna dial. I think I can dial that back just a little bit. So right here, I'm going to make that 95 instead. And now let's see how that works. I think that's what I want to live with. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Alrighty. Clear you, and I'm just going to resave this. Are my material names still good? Yep, all good. I don't even know if I have a displacement map for this yet. We'll get to there. Yeah, I haven't even started texturing this. We're just, here, we'll just save you out over that. Save that. Yeah, yes. All of this is looking good. Hit that. I'm going to delete this, and we're going to do the Genesis 8 version. Why are you still here? No. Let's just double check and make sure it's working. I think it's working. I think that was the shape I updated, right? Yeah. Are you? You're looking good. I got this extra pair of eyes in here, too. Should be... And now I've got... Why are you still here? Are you not loading onto the Genesis? Am I just not selecting that when I'm loading it? You know what? You're not parented right. I gotta resave you. Alright, should be good. Except that. Alright, we're gonna delete you. Select you and reload. Alright, I think it's good now. Check my D-force. Gets a little thinner, but that's fine. Cancel that, and we are good. Alright, I'm fine with that. Let's knock out the tweaking to the Genesis 8 version of this outfit. There's Genesis 8. So I kind of know what I'm doing now. All right, so put you on there. Did you load in right? You did. So we're going to tweak the settings on this. Okay, we got to clean up these names like we did before. Alrighty. Let's tweak the simulation setting. I think it's currently at 85. We'll set that to 90. We'll run that and see if that tightens up just a little bit. I kind of like that shape a little bit more than the default, so we're going to update it with this. Come over here. General mesh smoothing, mesh resolution. Let's set you to base. Turn the smoothing off. Export that. There's the Coquin suit G8 female. Should be good. All right, turn you off. Let's take a look at that. Looks good. So I'm going to update that with this. There we go. And now when we, and then we'll tweak the surfaces to 95% on the expansion ratio. And then we'll just see how that looks. So it gets a little bit thinner. But I think that's what I want. Yeah, we're good there. All right. So save this. Are you parented? You are parented. Okay. And Yeah, that says Genesis 9. We're going to go to Genesis 8. That's right. I'm going to overwrite that one. Save. Yes. I think this all looks good, except that. Should be fine. And I think that's all I wanted to really do with this outfit today. You just move it on a little bit. Kind of. Actually, I got to resave this, right? Well, I just did, but I want to. Let's tweak the parameters to be a little cleaner. So are we in edit mode? We are now. Let's make sure we set the limits on that. Limits, enable limits. Excellent. Let's color these. Excellent. Let's set these and make sure they're in the right property group. That does say adjustment. Excellent. So I think I can just come in and tweak these. So we're going to clean these names up and then save it out. And loosen collars. Loosen the midriff. Loosen the neck. Loosen thighs. And loosen the waist upper. We should be, and then this one, I'm going to call that inflate. And I didn't change its color, but we can do that over the loosen waist upper. And then over here, I forgot to change, but I can change it in here in the properties as well. So we can set that to green. We can set that to black. Let's say inflate on that. And I'm going to make sure that's an adjustment, not adjustments. And accept that. Should be good. Looks fine. All right, I'm going to save this a couple of times. Do that. And then I'm going to do this. I think that's all good. All right, so I'm happy with that for today. So let's take a look at where we left off with the server outfit. I don't think I got the socks in here yet. I think I have to make sure the socks are lined up. What do I have in here? So pantyhose is going to be its own. Well, let's go take a look. Content library. MVP server. There we go. I got nothing in here yet. Do I? I'm in the wrong folder. I still got nothing in here. So you're just set up for Genesis 9 right now. Is that what I'm seeing? I have pantyhose somewhere, and I need to do the socks. Okay, let's work on this a little bit. Get this a little bit up to speed and get something exported out for textures today. You can go away for right now. We'll come back to you in a short bit. Let's get you in here. I don't even know if I exported out socks yet. I still have to make shoes. Shoes are going to get their own map, though. So we have hose. We have a shirt. And we have shorts. That's where we've left off. I need to get the socks in here. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's import projects. I don't know. Where did I save you? Are you just in us like a server? I don't think I have a folder called Hooters. I don't think that was it. Dang it. I've completely forgotten where I saved that. Server. OBJ. Server shirt G9. You're in. Oh, you're still sitting in lingerie. I'm going to cancel that. Where are you? MVP server. Here, I can do this. Browse the file location. Oh, you're right there. You are in a folder called MPV server, but I don't have a whip folder. Let's put a whip folder in here. Whip. Okay. So do I have socks for this yet? I haven't saved the socks out. So we'll pop open Marvelous Designer. We'll get the socks saved out. I'm going to run over to Open Path. So in here is where all my OBJs are. We're going to move those over to that whip folder. Let's do view details. And this way I can sort by date. And there's that server shirt G8, server shorts G8, pantyhose, server shirt, shorts, server outfit. You know, I'm going to grab that. And you know what? I'm going to grab all of these. And I'll just dump them over here. And did Marvelous Designer open up in the background somewhere? It did. All right, excellent. I moved the server, so we're just going to do open project. MVP server, whip, and I think in here I started the socks. They're fake socks. We're going to put these inside of shoes. But for right now, so I have to get the socks to fit. I don't need that. I need to get the socks to fit the basic G9. So hold on. Actually, I have pantyhose, I think, that are fitted to that. Let's do that. A file. Let's go to G8, G9 avatars. Let's load in this as a morph target. Add to workspace. Load as morph target. I'm going to say OK to that. I'm going to load in the pantyhose object so that these collide with it. So import add obj. So I need pantyhose G9 base. I think that's what I'm looking for. Load you in as an avatar. There we go. And if I do that, the socks fit like that. Excellent. And I think they're going to line up nicely on the template, I hope. I probably should move those. Here, let's export these out, and then we'll pop over into Blender. And where are you right now? Just out of curiosity. UV editor. I think you're okay. Reset the 2D arrangement. Fit. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Let's put you back to here. Let's just grab the socks. File. Export OBJ selected. Server socks. Let's get rid of that garbage there. I think that's all good. All right, over here, let's load up the socks and go. I think these, geez, I'm so, all right, those look good. Pantyhose looking good. Shorts are looking good. Import. Sort by date modified so it's easier to find what I'm looking for. Yeah, those are fitting over the pantyhose nicely, I think. Yep, let's use the transfer tool on those. Bum, bum, bum. Are you my transfer tool? You're my transfer tool right there. So we want the Genesis 9 favorites. I want the server socks. I'm going to use the bodysuit. We'll try the tight template. Accept that. Dancing Dino Dance, baby. All right, is good. Let's do a couple of things here. Socks have got a little bit of garbage in here. We're going to clean that up. Come over to the tool setting and this. And boom, socks are good. Let's put a sub D on that. So back over to the scene, into here, edit geometry, adds the smoothing modifier, edit geometry, convert to sub D. It looks nice. Okay, you know what? I'm going to throw my generic shader on there, except there we go. I think we're good. I think that's a good place to save the socks. And then we can save this, the shirt and the shorts out for texturing and substance from here. And then we'll set up the socks for Genesis 8. I don't have anything set up for Genesis 8 yet, so I think I'm going to... I have pantyhose somewhere. But other than that... Anyhow, I got the socks selected. Let's do... Actually, dang it. Cancel that. MVP. We're going to put MVP on the front of that. There we go. MVP server. I think I'm good. Do I want to say... And I don't want it to say base on the back of that. Okay. That's what we're saving it as. It's whining. It says I have to select something. Damn it. It didn't know what I wanted. So do that. Say socks. MVP server socks G9. Looking good. Your MVP server. We're going to tweak you. Do I get a sock option? I get a socks option. There we go. Okay, should be fine. Let's put some colors on that, and that. Did I set up materials for here yet? I did. Granted, they still say TT instead of MVP, but that's fine. So you get to be pink. Your shirt trim, shorts trim, waist, and socks. Alrighty. Let's just make sure these are all set to base resolution. Am I in the right thing? I am in the right thing, but I'm not seeing base resolution in here. I probably need to do these one. Oh no, there we go. Bum, 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 bum. Visible, show bones. High resolution, there we are. Set you to base. Should be good. You know what, I need to separate these out. Fit to, we're going to say fit to none for all of these. And I'm going to move the shirts, the shorts, kind of over here, so that they're not, shading each other as much. And now I'm going to export these out. All right, where are we? I'm still over here. All right, we need a substance folder. And we're going to call you MVP server outfit IDs. Save that. Make sure we check on that. Do it again. This is going to be the one with no materials. Okay, uncheck that. Accept. Should be good. All right, let's delete these. I'm going to set up the Genesis 8 now. I have pantyhose somewhere, so I'm going to try to track those down and then resave them into this folder. I think I quickly set them up as a generic somewhere, so we want to make sure that they are saved into this project. And I'm not even sure where they are anymore. Pantyhose, why are you not finding anything? MVP pantyhose, G8 female, MVP server. Should be a pantyhose duff somewhere. There it is. You are. Oh, I stuck you into the bodysuit folder. There you are. So I think the bodysuit folder is relatively safe for me to bring on stream. There we go. You are 2022. Right there. That is the pantyhose for G8. Looking good. I'm going to rename you MVP pantyhose. And then we're going to save that into the MVP server folder. for G8. So that's going to go over here. I got to take a look. I forgot how did I name you. I did call you server pantyhose. Okay, excellent. Pantyhose G8 female. You're going to be part of this project now. I'm going to put the MVP on the front of that. Looking good. Follower, wardrobe, underwear. Looks fine. Save that. Okay, now I'm going to do a craptastic job of converting the Genesis 9 stuff over to 8. And we'll save that. That'll be my base. We might update it. So anyhow, we've already done the pantyhose. Select you. Let's get the shirt in here. You come over from Genesis 9 and you are full body. I might have to tweak the fits on this a little bit later. I'll do that with Marvelous Designer. But for today, actually that looked like it fit fairly well. All right. So we're going to save, are you MVP server shirt G9? But now you're G8. Okay, let's get the shorts in here. Do the same thing. Oops, I'm clicked on the wrong thing. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to make sure I have you selected. Nope. See, I tried putting that on the shirt. That was bad. Let's make sure we have Genesis 8 selected first. Then we apply that. Now I can say Genesis 9. And I'm still going to say, do I want to just say pants with this? I should have said, no, for this, I want to say full body and accept that. Okay, excellent. Hopefully this will pop up over the shirt. I think that's looking good. Are you over the pantyhose too? I can't tell. I'm going to try, we're going to give you an obnoxious color so I can just see what's going on here. Also, sometimes it's just easier to see. That's an actual gap in the shorts, so that's fine. You know what? You're looking good. I think I can live with that. And what do we got? We got the socks. So let's make sure we have Genesis 8 selected, and let's load those socks on. And at some point, we're going to model shoes. We'll probably do that next week. We're going to model, they're basically a type of Skechers. All right, did I save this? I think this, so we're going to save this stuff out for Genesis 8 now. I already saved that. I'm in the G9 server. There's the G8. So we have the pantyhose saved. We'll save the shirt out. You are MVP server. You are going to be a shirt. Wardrobe. Shirt. And accept that. And then we do the shorts. awful lot like that, except I apparently need to put an extra space in here. So you're going to go into the MPP server shorts G8 female. You are wardrobe. And I probably just going to call you pant because I don't think there's a shorts. Yeah, okay. And accept that. Right, then we're just going to do the socks. So same thing here. Okay, make sure that you say MVP server and you are wardrobe socks. I think there was a follower wardrobe socks. There we go. Accept that. Okay, almost good. I needed one more little space right in there, so we'll rename that. Okay. All right, so we have the start. I might adjust the geometry on these, but that's a good start for right now. And what do we got? We've got maybe a half hour before 4, so I'm going to start setting these up for Substance Painter. Oh, you're already open. Are you my... I'm going to check something, but I'm going to... In order to do this properly, I'm going to... I'll be right back, because I'm not entirely sure what I've got saved in these folders. So, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. You know what? I'm not going to show that on stream. I might stick it in my old gallery, but for day. So there's going to be a blue version here for a blue-footed booby themed restaurant. But I'm not going to show that on stream. But we are going to do some other versions of this outfit. So let's save. We actually already saved this out, so we're going to do this. I was thinking a version of the outfit that's going to be like a rough outfit. It'll be black shorts. We'll put a striped striped shirt. I think we'll just go with the white shoes and sneakers. And then we're going to make a blue version with blue trim. We'll make an orange version with white and orange trim shirt without a owl themed restaurant logo on it. You can add your own owl themed restaurant logo to that if you want. Actually, let's take a look at our owl themed restaurant reference pictures. I have that right over here. I think it's just white without trim. I'm probably going to do, I do need a white. What happened to my owl themed reference folder? You should have been right here. I can't find it anymore. It's lost in space and time. Arg. There it is. Found it. I don't know why I can't see it. There's the owl themed restaurant tank top that we're kind of modeling after. So you can add your own owl themed restaurant logo. I'll just make a white shirt. I think I'm also going to do shirts with the trim as well. Anyhow, so let's put you to the side. Are you... I think you're good for now. I don't really need to save this, I don't think. I probably should. Let me do... we're probably good. Never mind. I'm probably going to regret that. Let's put you away. Let's see. His Substance Painter got closed, so we're going to reopen that. And we'll start setting the server outfit. I need to do a little bit of research. We're going to do that real fast. Sexy ref costume. Okay, basically the stripes run up and down. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, we'll put stripes on the socks too. Cool. And we'll make white, and we'll make sure we have white shoes and black shoes. Okay, let's do this. File new. I'm going to push the limits of things and say 4K today. I'm probably going to regret this. Let's select, go to projects, MVP, and I want that one there with no materials. You are looking, actually I need to take a quick trip through Blender for this. So we're using the 4.5 release candidate. Not responding. All right, we're back. Here. I'm sorry. Are you in the way? I can't close that right now. What I want to do is we're going to import. I just need to set a little smoothing on the model I'm going to import into Substance Painter. It's a little rough when it gets exported from Daz. So we just make a quick detour into Blender to smooth it out. So there's an import. I am looking for projects, MVP, whip, substance, and that one right there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to right click and say shade smooth. Then I'm just going to re-export that back out. Selection only. Actually, the Daz preset back over here. I'm going to overwrite that, and we're going to make sure we check off materials there. Export
Chris,
that.
pay attention.
I can't see you right now, Charles. I still have substance in the way, dude. I think that's good. I think this is good. Server outfit, no materials. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Did I already do that? I already did that. I want to say okay. So what happened? You're going to make some dinner. I haven't had anything to eat since 6. All right. Hey, take care, Charles. Since 6 in the morning. Dude. You might not see you right out, but you will be tagging along. All right, cool. Appreciate that, man. Are we good? We're good. I'm gonna save you somewhere. And when you said that, Art shouted you out, so we all good. And Loki's got to do the same in about 30 minutes. We should be done before then. We should be done by 4 in 22 minutes, thereabouts. File. Save as. And then we're going to just stick you over here in the substance folder. And you're going to be MVP server. Should be good. I think that's going to be the start. Let's I gotta bake my mesh maps, right? Mode, bake mesh maps. All right, let's bake the ID map. That one right there that says IDs. Let's tighten up that the cage on that. Excellent. Click you, bake that. Looks good. Let's save the ID map out. File, export texture. We're gonna go over to the ID preset right there. Export that. Open the output. Excellent. You know what? We still have. We're gonna save our template while we're over here in Blender before I shut that down. Pop over there. Select everything. Layout. Nope, I clicked on the wrong thing. UV. Export UV layout. Substance. Templates. Good old vanity folder. And MVP server. And MVP server outfit. UVs. And let's make you 4K 40. Actually, let's save you at 8K today. 192.8192. Export that. Should be good. You know what? I'm gonna save this out at 8K as well today. So back over here, let's set you to 8K. Export that. Should be good. Did I overwrite? I did overwrite. Are you now 8K? You still say you're 4K. What the hell? There's 8K. All right, let's cut that. Let's pop over to here. Let's put that right there. All right, let's open you up with it. All right, we're going to set up the displacement map right off the bat here. So we're opening this up with Photoshop. So while that's thinking about it, we'll pop over here real quick. All right, one more. There we go. I should be able to just drag and drop that in there, and it should line up. Excellent. All right, where's my layers? There's my layers. Let's fill the rest of this in with black. Very good. Let's invert that, make a new layer. I got stuff in the way. Let's get that out of the way. Nope. There we go. All right, new layer. Okay. Fill you with white. Let's put a little bit of our patented inner glow on that. Yeah, I think that might do. And then we're going to hide you. Control D. Let's pull you up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Let's hide that, and let's select these trim colors. Where's my selection tool? There you are. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. You know what? I am going to select that because I want that to be a little... All right, get in there. Excellent. All right, new layer for that. Fill that in with white. All right, we're going to put a little inner glow on that as well, but we're going to adjust this one. Because I don't want that to be 210. I want this to be more like 10. Except that, bring this back. Hide you, but I want a black background color, so we'll just put a new layer in for that. Oops, that was white. That's black. All right, that's going to be my displacement map. Let's see how this is looking. File, save as. Well, I don't want you to be saved as a JPEG. I want you to be saved as a Photoshop file. So I don't know why you were bitching at me. Yeah, that's probably good there. Now I'm going to do a save as copy. This we're going to save as a JPEG. And we'll put that down here. I don't have a texture folder for this yet. So let's do that. New folder, MVP outfit. I'm going to need other texture folders later on for the shoes and maybe the accessories. But anyhow, let's put you there. MVP server displacement. And outfit underscore displacement should be good. You know, I can dial you back a little bit. All right, let's see how this looks over here. I need to tweak the socks just a little bit, actually. I don't like that. We'll add it to this layer here. Oops, wrong color. That's better. Okay. Resave this as a copy. Means I have to re-navigate though, because I'm such a slacker. I thought I told you to resave as a copy. Damn it. And of course you forgot where I just was. Because Photoshop punishes you that way. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, you're not done yet. Let's take a look at how this is lining up. So that, and that. Nope. Why am I not socks, shorts, shirt? There we go. So we'll put on my generic shader. We are looking for displacement strength. I'll be... Where am I? Nope, I don't like that. Hold on. Actually, I can drag and drop this. Where is my displacement strength? It's right there. Drag and drop. Did not drop. Let's try that again. Come on. I super believe in you, Tad Cooper. Oh, for crying out loud. Why you know drag and droppy? There we go. You I don't need anymore. We will update that in a minute. Displacement minimum. No, you're good. You're good. I had that fine. I do need to set the sub displacement level to 6. Back this off just a little bit, and then we'll just do a quick render to see if the displacement's kicking in okay. And you are just in the way again, aren't you? Gonna put you right there. Gonna come over here. Should be a little bit here on the... Yeah, that looks good. What is that? Yeah, I'm happy with that. I may have some sort of weird... Is that just a light? Is that just a light reflection? That may just be our light reflection. Okay, so the displacement is looking fine. I'm going to tweak the pantyhose just a little bit. I'm pretty sure that was just a light. I think I'm just going to generically do it with the shaders for right now. I think we'll just use a gauze on that. Actually, do I want to maybe say silky on that gauze? And then just make you... Maybe I'll start with that, but we'll tweak it. Why are you not changing color? It's because I have that selected. Damn it. That's better. And I think I'm just going to make that a little darker for now, and maybe a little less saturated even. Okay, meanwhile, are you good? I think you're good. I think I'm going to hit save and close Photoshop down. And we'll take a look at this thing. So let's put a jersey material here. Let me see if I can find a nice knit for the socks and a type of fabric for that. So where are we? We are going to go over to, I've got 8 minutes left. So I'm going to knock out a really quick basic texture on this and call it a day. So I think I'm going to do blue, white shirt with blue trim and white socks. And the socks probably are going to be updated a bit after that. I have to dig up my really good socks and remember how I textured those things. Anyhow, what am I doing? I'm going into painting. And we're going to start off with Jersey. Joyzy. One of these Joyzies. So I'm going to put that right there. Is that the Joyzy I want? Maybe, I can't remember. That would be good for the socks, actually. I hate that one. You're no good. You're the weakest link. All right, I'm going to figure out which ones of these we want to keep. So I'm going to adjust the scaling on that to be more sock-like, and we're going to turn it into a white. And of course, when I say white, I mean really light gray. And we'll adjust our tiling. That's probably going to be good for the sock. It's nice and bold. Cotton Joyzy. I want to see what my opacity looks like on these two jerseys. All right, that one doesn't have any. That one does, so that's the one I'm going to use. So we're going to tweak the shirt with that. I just did the wrong thing. Maybe... Yeah, I think I'm going to use that one. Let's add this. Actually, I'm going to duplicate this so I can separate out the two colors. Material. So right now and then we'll just do a duplicate layer. We'll just come over here to this color selection and get rid of that. And that's just going to be this edge, so I can, apparently I missed. There we go. All right, I'm going to make that a blue. And we're just going to do a light gray, aka white, for that one. And I think I'm going to make the shorts blue, and we're going to call that good for right now. But I need a different fabric for the shorts because it's not a jersey or a woven. So we'll say fabric, and possibly, I don't know, what's this cotton look like? So I want to do blue with white trim for that. And am I getting an opacity on that? I don't get an opacity on that. Denim, I don't want denim. Lace, nope. Linen, probably not. Ripstop, no. Fabric base. What are you? You still don't have an opacity. You know what? I'm not going to use an opacity on those shorts, am I? Maybe not. What are you? Foot quills fabric. What are you? Did you do anything? You didn't do anything. And I didn't like that. And I'm probably not going to use that. Jeans fabric. Jute. Jersey stitch. I already said I wasn't using jersey. I don't like the look of that preview. Poplin, are you any good? Well, you don't have a... We're looking. We're just going to quickly browse through here. What do I got over here? I have my fabric base. What are you looking like? My fabric base has got an opacity in it. Although you look a little jersey knitish. You know what? I think maybe I'll just use that. All right, let's switch over to material. Ooh, that came in a nice blue. I think we'll keep that color there. But we'll dupe that and make it white and use it on the others. I think I'm going to tile that up a little bit. A little bit more, though. See, I have a jersey stitch working in here. Maybe not. I'm starting to not like that already. You know what? Maybe I'll just... Oh, that's where that's coming from. Nah. No, it's almost 4, and I haven't quite got my... What do you look like? Maybe we'll go with that for now. Fabric base. Make you this blue. Duplicate you. Let's apply that to the trim and the waistband on there. And let's change that color to our light white, or light gray. All right, I'm going to use, this will be my starting texture for now. Let's see how this looks. Control Shift E. Let's switch you to 6 channels and export that. All right, that's empty. I still have a little bit of coffee left. All right, well, let's thinking about it. Let's find somebody to raid and call it a day. We will be back tonight, 8 p.m. for the Saturday Night Social. It's an art share. It's a Discord chat. It's an old cartoon. So who is on the Twitch first today? And why is my... It's because things are running slow because it's calculating 8K textures in the background. Yes, indeedy. I think it's done. Tatty Bidet's on. I think that's going to be our target, unless I see somebody else who I absolutely positively have to go hang out with. But I'm leaning towards a Tatty Bidet. Yeah, I think we'll do Tatty. Tad Master J. Or Tad Master Bidet. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, you're done. Let's get this on, then we'll raid out. Open my output directory. Grab all of those. You know that metallic? Looks like there's nothing there, so we can lose that. I'm going to grab all of these, X them, pop over to here, paste those in here. Do that. Come over back to Daz. The Daz. I'm not going to do the hose anymore. Let's, I choose you, and you. These all use the same maps, so that's convenient. Surfaces. Let's select through here. And we got our base color. Goes there. My metallicity is just going to be set to 0. I got my hot map. I got my normal map. I got my opacity map. That didn't go. Are you good now? You're good now. All right, let's see how this is running and call it a day. It seems that you and I buying that Mexican Coke nearly drove them out of business. Is that what happened? They'll be making sugarcane Coke in the USA. Wow. All right, let's control our this. It has to be. My feds are looking healthier. I guess there's the demand for it, and they stopped all the Coke smuggling across the border. Is that it? That is, the pantyhose need work. But we've got to start. You know what? I need to tweak the, I think I need a bumper, something working better with the socks. I mean, this is really clean, but it's a start. They probably thought, I know, they probably thought it was the other Coke. Or they were disappointed when they found out it wasn't the other Coke. They're going, oh man, I was going to have a party tonight. Anyhow, let's go over, this is where we're leaving off. That needs work. Everything needs work. I still want to add some wrinkles to these too. I'm going to do that with substance as well. So we've got to start on the textures for this. We worked a little bit on the Coquin bodysuit, and we made a little bit more progress on the Go-Go's dancer outfit. So anyhow, thank you all for being here. Art, always a pleasure to see you, buddy. And I know there was other people. We had Loki in the house. 3D Loki, go buy Loki stuff. I saw Lund was in here earlier. Zyra Stana, once again, thank you for that raid. If anybody stuck around with that raid, I appreciate it. And, of course, the legendary CS Bond, and I think Quasi was in the house, too. So, let's do this. We got raid calls. We're going to go over and say hi to our good friend. Anyhow, actually, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join. We will be back tonight, 8 p.m. for the Saturday Night Social. Art share, Discord chat, and an old cartoon. We have raid calls. If you can stick around for the raid, that would be awesome. If you're not a subscriber, copy that. If you are a subscriber, you can use the sub raid call. If you're over on YouTube, thank you for being here. And remember, like and subscribe. All right, we've got that. We've got that. Let's do /raid. And I'm going to copy and paste Taddy Bidet. And we're going to go over and say hi to her. That was the wrong thing. Control C, Control C, Control B, Control B. You did not copy. Damn you. Con. There we go. All right, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. If I don't see you tonight, I hope you have a good rest of a Saturday or Sunday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby. I'm copying my rate. Oh, I forgot to switch scenes. Let's switch the scenes.